Troubleshooting. 1. Replacement of skateboard. 1. Use a tool to remove the screws that secure the sliding plate. 2. Move the skateboard up and forward. 3. Remove the skateboard. 4. Follow the above steps in reverse to reinstall the sliding plate. 2. Replacement of motor assembly. 1. Pull out the tray and lay it flat. 2. Remove the rotary drum and bracket. 3. Extract the motor assembly bracket. 4. Use a screwdriver to remove the motor fixing screw. 5. Remove the motor connection card. 6. Remove the motor assembly. 7. Complete the installation of the motor assembly in the reverse order of operation. 3. Replacement of the cylinder. 1. Remove the split pin of the cylinder. 2. Remove the fixing screws of the bracket and then remove the bracket. 3. Remove the old cylinder. Replace it with a new cylinder. Align the cylinder with the plum blossom hole on the motor so that the circular surface of the cylinder is facing you. 4. Install the cylinder in the reverse order of disassembly. Single cargo lane failures. Enter the code of the problematic cargo lane. For example, for pressing 142 in the video, an error will be reported on the purchase screen. You can test the cargo lane test directly to see if the lane test is working correctly. If the number 0 does not appear on the bottom of the test screen, this means there is an abnormality in the cargo lane. There is an abnormality in the 142 cargo lane, as shown in the video, because the number in the lower screen is displayed as 7. This may be caused by poor contact with the motor socket. You can try plugging and unplugging the motor socket to see if it can solve the problem. Pull out the pallet in the cargo lane, then press or unplug the motor socket. Retract the cargo lane and re-enter the cargo lane for testing. You can see that the 142 freight lane has returned to normal. Alternatively, you can try swapping the motor socket to see if it can solve the problem. Swap the motor sockets of the faulty cargo lane with the adjacent normal cargo lane. If the faulty cargo lane still cannot operate when plugged into the normal cargo lane socket, there is fault in the motor and it needs to be replaced. Multiple freight lane faults. When multiple cargo lanes report errors on the purchase screen and multiple cargo lanes on the same level no longer operate after entering the test, first begin checking the wires at the end of the entire row of the tray to see if they are in poor contact. Pull out the cargo lane. If the black wire at the end of the tray is loose and falling off, plug the wires in tightly. Finally, retract the cargo tray and re-enter cargo lane test. Refrigeration failure. If the snowflake symbol does not appear, enter the temperature control setting to check the temperature control mode of the machine and see if the cooling target temperature is set correctly. Check where the refrigeration switch has been turned on. If the snowflake symbol appears but there is no cooling, check whether the condenser is working and see if there is hot air coming out. Check whether the compressor works. Check whether there is any problem with the voltage. If the voltage is too low, it will affect the operation of the compressor. Refrigeration failure. Heat dissipation problems. In the case that the condenser and compressor are working normally, but the cooling effect is not normal, check to see whether the machine is too close to the wall. In addition, check whether there is too much dust on the condenser. If so, clean it with a brush to ensure proper heat dissipation of the machine. You can also follow the instructions in the video to replace the capacitor of the compressor, or replace the entire condenser and compressor. Refrigeration failure. Evaporator cover problems. First, remove the bottom layer of the cargo tray. Then remove the evaporator cover. Stuff it with cotton silver to ensure cooling. Then, separate the evaporator and the evaporating fan with cardboard to check the frosting rate of the evaporator. If there is no frost or partial frost, it means that the refrigerant of the machine is leaking or the internal piping is blocked. In this case, the refrigeration assembly needs to be replaced.